All right, going for a button steal with. We really smashed the flop here, flopping middle set, but also a double gut shot draw, which completes on the turn. I'm gonna bet near pot because I like my hand. We actually river quads. Actually, only the second nuts. We do lose to 8-7 of diamonds. Thinking about folding this hand, which might be a little tight. We do have a loose player in the blinds. Table one here, we completed, big blind raised, and I think we have a fun hand for multi-way action. As it checks around, we're starting to think jacks might be good. The 8 opens up the possibility of trips. The ace, of course, pretty much kills our hand if it was already best. Another snug fold here in the small blind. I'm definitely gonna go back and take a look at those hands in the pre-flop trainer. Open it up with good aces and take it down. Marginal open here, queen, queen, 10, 7 in the cutoff, 3 diamonds. Let's see what happens. At least we've got okay side cards, an okay pair, an okay suit. Sort of a lot of mediocrity all around. King, king, 10, 3 in what is effectively MP because there's a player sitting out. So we're not really under the gun. It's more accurate to think of this position as middle position, i.e., under the gun folded, and it's on us. Meanwhile, we defend, and villain checks back the flop. Or, sorry, we defend, villain bet the flop. He checks back the turn. We've got the second nuts, obviously going for a little value here. Although against the tight villain, I don't think it'll get paid off that much. The fourth club makes it a little interesting. And he called with 3 aces. All right, going for a button steal with. We really smashed the flop here, flopping middle set, but also a double gut shot draw, which completes on the turn. I'm gonna bet near pot because I like my hand. We actually river quads. Actually, only the second nuts. We do lose to 8-7 of diamonds, but we do end up getting 3 streets of value against king, king, queen, 5, double suited, which opted not to 3-bet, but also to peel the flop. Their turn river play, I mean, he made flush. Their turn river play, I think, was fine. Raising it up, king, queen, 10, 8. And again, what is effectively middle position or um, foe under the gun. Flop comes ace, 10, 8, 3 spades. I flop bottom 2 only. Thinking we're going to start with a check. And thinking we're going to check the turn also. And then the river, you guessed it, checking again. Actually, somehow win that pot. So that's pretty cool. spicy little situation I've got myself in here. I open the button. I face a 3-bet and a cold call. Um, I have a great hand to peel against the 3-bet. This guy's sitting on a huge whack of cash. Obviously on the flop here, nothing to do but fold. Just get a flat, the 3 times ISO by the button, my ace, king, queen, jack. I have a strong hand. Now on the flop, I flop king high diamonds. I think maybe I can try a peel. I think it's close. Diamonds are not a nut. Getting 3-1 on the flop. Now by the turn, the situation's a lot different. We're getting only 2-1. There's only one more street to go. Still, the diamonds are not a nut. I think just a very clear fold. Now the flop, I would be interested if it's even in analyzing, even worth calling with just the second nuts flush draw in what was originally a 3-way pot. I think it was okay getting 3-1. Um, some very interesting action here, and I'm tempted to 3-bet this hand. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and 3-bet this hand. I think that I might want to get the other 2 players out of the pot, just play heads up. I mean, this guy, oh, limp and cold call. Okay. And then an interesting flop here. We flop top pair and a 9-high flush draw on a paired board. I think we got to start with a check and see what happens. Okay. We turn top 2 and a flush. Let me check again. I think we can definitely check call that bet since we've got 6 outs to make what's pretty close to the nuts. And then it'll be tough for him to keep bluffing into 2 turn calls if he's bluffing. Which he was. We ended up, wow, that was a very nice spot. Okay, we were against some interesting holdings there. We were against King King Ace 2, double suited, was the player who limped and then cold called the raises. So he had King King Ace Deuce double suited, like a very ultra premium. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so he had King King Ace Deuce double suited, and the other guy had 9-8-7-7. So just an interesting play that he limp called that hand. Like limp and cold called too, which actually isn't that unreasonable. Like once you limp, that's the sort of hand that you could actually call 2 bets with, or put in the 4th bet. And then also, I just wanted to point out like how vital it is that we 3-bet pre. I was sort of on the fence about it, but you look at Villain's hand, and I think like it's just going to play so well for us after the flop having 3-bet him. Okay, here's a weird situation. I'm just going to flat. This guy min raises, and he's got 0 pre-flop raise over 17 hands. So just a very weird situation to be in. It doesn't necessarily mean that much, but I'm going to treat his min raise with caution. Rest of the hand, I mean, unless we fill up. Not very interesting. Okay, here we pick out aces, and we're in the cutoff. So we go ahead and open raise. Aces are a great hand in pot limit Omaha. I do have three diamonds, but it doesn't really matter. Like, any aces is a good hand. And my opponent puts in a min three bet or a small three bet to 70 cents, which is kind of weird play. Um, I don't know what to make of that, really. Like, maybe he's just trying to juice the pot. It actually it kind of worked out for him in a sense. Okay, so what's my sizing here? I definitely want to bet, I think, because I've got the 7, the 4-7. Um, Although this is a flop, I'll check back a lot. No, I'm just gonna bet get it in, I guess. Um, I mean, there's a lot of money in the middle. Maybe by checking, I induce some really wild action. That's another one that would be nice to look up. What would the solver do? What is the solver play there? Um, Maybe bet small or even check. Like, that is such a bad board in a 4-bet pot. Although it's really nice to have that 4-7. So blocking straights and having a straight draw myself. Albeit a weak one, but within the context of that pot. So that King 985 double is an open. That was just flashed. I'm opening it. And then here, we get squeezed, and that's kind of an unfortunate situation. A very tight big blind squeezer, but our hand is just so beautiful and so premium, that we can definitely see a flop. Not the flop we wanted, 395. The small blind could easily be check raising a monster, expecting the big blind to bet, and just none of our colors, none of our suits, bottom pair. I mean, that's not that's not the flop we wanted by any stretch of the imagination. All right, we open aces, small blind flats. Gonna check back, I guess. Keep on checking back. Pretty bad river. Let's show this bad boy down, and he got there. Pretty loose, pretty loose peel from the small blind with that hand. All right, we raised pre. We checked back the flop. We're peeling the turn. And the question is, do we bluff catch the river? I think so. It's a pretty good bluff catcher. We're unblocking hearts. We're unblocking the draws. We beat some value apparently. You gotta have some river calls, folks. You gotta have some river calls. You don't want to get run over. These guys these these guys at the mean streets of PLO 10 and PLO 25, they will have your lunch for breakfast if you don't have some river calls, some turn calls. If you're not playing all the streets, they will run you over. All right, a limp, an ISO, a flat, and we put in a punishing 3-bet with aces from the big blind here. Very interesting Jack 9-7 flop. And I guess we can fold against bet and raise all in. And yeah, we're in pretty bad shape against those two hands. We need like a 5 or an ace. Even the 7's no good. The 10, yeah, that's definitely not the run out we wanted. Without a suit, just gonna flat here. King, king, queen, queen. Small blind versus button, and then the big blind. Not a terrible flop for us. Obviously, you're hoping for king or queen. The big blind could maybe defend some twos. We do still have a chance for full house, which could be very profitable. The 3 is a bad card, putting ace 4 and 4-6 in play. But all right, kings and twos held up. The button actually had king, jack, 3, 4, all diamonds. So a whole lot of nothing. Pretty interesting flop here. We defend big blind versus a min raise, maybe. Yeah. And then we flop bottom 2, double gutter. And go for a value bet. Gonna check back the flop here. King, jack, 10. Not a great flop for aces. Pick up pretty premium double suited rundown here. We do have a gap at the top, but button's opening range is so wide. We're happy to 3-bet. We get 4-bet, just peel, and have to give up on this flop, unfortunately. Nice hand. Over here, just going to defend, EP raise. Pretty solid hand. We'll just call it a flop. Wow, what a flop. No way am I letting this one check through. I mean, we have everything. Top 2, nut flush draw, a gut shot. No free cards will be given, and a lot of hands that we can get value from. Like whatever he called with. Let's see it. Queen 5. All right. We'll take the action. Meanwhile, loose button flop. Flat. 10, 9, 6, 7. Break the flop. We're going to go ahead and 3-bet again against Nugan here once he opens, which he does. I don't suppose we'll get lucky enough for him to 4-bet again. Here, gosh, we have a lot. We have a pair, we have 2 gut shots, and we have a flush draw. So we're going to peel. And I'm going with that. Okay, we're going to c-bet here. 375. It's a little dicey. Queen 9-2. We'll go for it. Oh no, not the 8. No. We've definitely lost this hand. Nice hand. Oh! 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 What did he peel the flop with? Just a gutty? Just a gutty? Bro, I'm not folding for like $2 once I put my whole stack in. So that was nice. He had a gutty, he turned spades, and the river was a disgusting card, so I guess he was It's smart sort of to bluff that river against me. I'll have some Jack 10, King Jack 10 mostly, but not when I pot the turn and there's no money left. That's never gonna work. I'm always gonna rage call the $4. Well, I mean, you know. So yeah, I had 528 left. There's $40 in the pot. I mean, plus this guy is a bit of a jokester. So what happened here? Very interesting actually. Raise, three bet, a couple loose callers. Here we go. We have a gut shot, backdoor spades. These guys are all short. This guy jams. We only need 33%. We got a gut shot. We got aces. We do okay. If he calls, it's not as good. Top set. Okay. Not the ideal result. But he's not always going to have top set there. He could have top two. He could have some draws that were behind, but having the odds to stack off against.